I bought myself an adult onesie. Long sleeve onesie. Yeah. They're out there. I bought it from a company called American Tall because I used to consider myself tall. And I think it may be because of having rheumatic fever as a child that I've shrunk. At one point in time, I measured myself as 5'12" because my mother said girls are never supposed to be 6 feet tall. So I like the fact that I can get tall ladies' fashions there that are longer in the arm. I will put a picture when I get to the tanning salon of what that onesie looks like. I'll put that in the next frame for you to giggle about. That was funny, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. I got that for a song of a price. It was a closeout, and I don't know why. It's only February. I got it at a closeout price of $4.99. What a bargain. It is super warm. I always have my doubts wearing white to work for fear that I'm going to get black on it or dirt or what have you. But shoot, for $4.99, I should have got a couple of them. Just wanted to show you and have a little giggle. Now I'm on the freeway, so I'll be back in the next segment. Last night, or shall I say this morning, I woke up at 4 o'clock and I took a picture. As you saw earlier, I just want to let you know what that meant. I can't really explain when this happens. It just happens. But for people that are non-believers, when I wake up like that, abrupt, in the middle of the night, God places on me prayer time. And typically what he'll do is he will tell me who specifically I should be praying for, or shall I say put on my heart who I should be praying for. And today it was strong but without specificity. So I don't exactly know who to pray for. I just prayed a prayer and asked for God to cover that person, whatever the case may be, whether it's something physical, emotional. But I was in prayer for 2 hours, and the last I remember, I glanced over and looked, and it was 6:03. Today would have been my father's birthday. His earthly birthday, it is his earthly birthday, February 5th, 1919. And I really miss my daddy. I miss him so much. I was a daddy's little girl, and I don't know if it's because I was born close to his birthday, born in February like he was, or the fact that, according to my mother, that my dad changed his life around after I was born. After 10 years of not having kids, my mother had decided to name me after 2 saints, Saint Gerard and Saint Anne. Those are the patron saints of mothers for help. So, according to my mother, she needed all all the help she could get after not having kids for 10 years. But I do recall she had a miscarriage prior to my birth. I remember that because she said to me that it was a boy and she would have named him Keith, Keith. So I am very much thinking about my dad today and getting kind of choked up, getting kind of emotional, the memories. Also, it's my godson, Tony's birthday today. My godson was born on my dad's birthday. So I was praying, unknowing of a person, an individual, nor of a circumstance, but holding fast to my prayers working. I know my prayers work all the time. So that's what happened early this morning after 4 hours of sleep. Woke up to get in the prayer closet, so to speak. This morning I was recalling one of my favorite songs that we sing at church. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. And reckoned back to a text discussion I was having yesterday with someone about meat aversions, and they don't like meat and it makes them gag, and it makes me think that often, all too often, I will jump on to YouTube and extol the virtues of how the carnivore diet is helping me, and this way of eating is beneficial for me. But as many of you know, sometimes I sound militaristic and kind of demanding, but I just wish that people would understand the benefits, that would try an elimination diet for more than, 5 days, let's say, just 5 days or a week, and stick with it beyond the 5 days, beyond the week. I'm not telling you this fast, crazy fast, like I do my Jesus fast for 40 days. That's not the case. I feel so good. I just feel as though my body is alive. The electrodes are just popping. And I can barely contain the happiness and the excitement. I remember the dread of doing this drive. Let me open up the window, put a little light in here. I remember the dread driving into work, primarily because of the non-believers that I work with. And that's why I posted that comment. All too often, people that are non-believers, people of the world, in the world and of the world, are so free to say those words GD, which I don't articulate because I don't believe in doing the name of the Lord in vain at all. But they'll say those words to people, and they condemn, and for lack of a better word, put damnation on people because that's the way they feel towards them. So I am trying my best to try not to be so judgmental with the meat. I'll tell you, I used to be the type of person that, for example, I'd go to parties and I would be the last one to eat at a party because everybody else ate. I would be the basic clean up person. And I'm speaking about literally as well as figuratively. I would not only clean up for the host or the hostess, the party that I go to as a courtesy, but I would shove it all in my face. And that's not normal. I would be the type of person that after a party, I and my fellow other addicts would sit at the table and literally graze at whatever was left. And now I look back and say, oh, that had to have been embarrassing. I did not realize it at the time. I thought I was doing something good by helping. But yet, I may have been helping the host or the hostess clean up, but I wasn't helping my own body by shoveling all the garbage and the seed oils and the potato chips and the candy and cakes and all that stuff that I no longer want. Today I got on the scale and it was 225. I can't tell you the amount of times I have got on the scale and it said 225 pounds. And thought, oh, I'm doing good. I'm going to go into Culver's and get some ice cream. And I've done this before, I'll ask the Culver's representative for a sample, knowing full well I know what chocolate mint chip tastes like. But I'm just so polite. I'll grab a sample from, let's say, Bobby, the cashier. And at the end of my visit at Culver's, after eating, I'll run into Susie, the cashier at Culver's, and ask for a pint of the mint chocolate chip so that I can wolf it down while I drive, and I'm not exaggerating, to the next fast food restaurant. After I got done eating a meal at Culver's and a pint of ice cream, washed it down with a soda, and now I'm going to, you name the restaurant, let's say Chick-fil-A, and I'm going to have a Chick-fil-A meal over there. It was just insanity. So that 225 that I saw on the scale gave me chills right down my spine. Been there, done that. I ain't going back. The definition of insanity, I say it often, for me was keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And what kind of results was I expecting? I know the scale's going to go up, and I know there's going to be inflammation for whatever reason. This is a wonderful body that God has created. The scale might go up a pound or two, depending on perhaps what job I have to work at today, what I'm going to have to encounter. As insofar as the stress level is concerned, I don't stress like I used to anymore. And I know that's because of all of the seed oils and the flour and the sugar that just poisoned my body and played havoc with my mind, making me just a basket case, literally, if you think about it. So, in closing, I can't give people meat, in my opinion, and expect with the I can't even say the word. I can't give them meat as they may be expecting me to think to them, here's a start of meat for you to start the carnivore diet. We can't do it. I can't take the bottle of alcohol away from a person and pour it down the drain and expect them to stop drinking because there's another liquor store or convenience store right down the road and they will get more. You can't make people do what works for you. You can't do it. So those are my thoughts for today. Whew, that seemed deep. Let me know. Do you sometimes think about ways that you can change other people? Are you probably softer or kinder in a manner of speaking? How you discuss options to change other people? Or, like I told Kelly early this week in my class, carnivore class, in closing, I surrender all. I surrender all. Have a glorious day, everyone. Cheers.